What's unfolding in U.S. air travel goes far beyond a typical tourism slump. This is a coordinated pullback by foreign airlines, methodical and honestly largely unnoticed in Washington, as major carriers quietly dismantle their presence in the American market. Iceland's Play Airlines will end all U.S. operations by October, abandoning hard-won routes from Stewart, Boston, and Baltimore, while Air Canada is canceling 5 key routes, Detroit, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Nashville, and Tampa, for the entire winter season. These aren't minor schedule tweaks or responses to regulatory disputes. They're deliberate decisions by airlines that no longer view the U.S. as a stable or profitable destination. When carriers begin to exit a market voluntarily, especially one as vast as the United States, it signals a deeper economic warning than any press conference ever could. It's not just Play or Air Canada. Lufthansa is slashing capacity. Air France KLM is reporting over a 2% drop in U.S. bookings, and WestJet, Porter, and Flair are following suit, pivoting their aircraft to other regions. This isn't about politics or trade barriers. It's corporate logic in motion when demand collapses. Airlines don't hesitate, they reallocate. Canadian bookings into the U.S. have plummeted, some regions seeing over a 70% drop year over year, while European carriers are watching their U.S. numbers flatten or shrink. Over 320,000 U.S.-bound seats have been cut by Canadian Airlines alone through October, and the reduction continues. These aren't panic moves. They're long-range recalibrations responding to a structural downturn in demand and profitability. Domestic airports in the U.S., especially second-tier hubs like Stewart and Tampa, are taking the hit, watching international gates go dark, terminal expansions go unused, and entire airport partnerships unravel. For regional economies, the fallout is real. No flights means no inbound cash flow. Hotels are seeing fewer check-ins, airport retail zones are reporting 12% sales drops, and cities near the border like Buffalo and Seattle are losing vital Canadian traffic that once kept them buoyant. Even as Americans keep booking flights abroad, Delta and United are actually seeing growth in Europe-bound traffic, the reverse just isn't happening. International carriers aren't coming back, and that's creating a lopsided flow that really weakens the whole ecosystem of global aviation. So, airlines are shifting their resources toward regions with lower risk and, stronger margins. WestJet has boosted routes to Europe. Lufthansa and their Star Alliance partners are rebalancing toward more promising long-haul corridors. And even Middle Eastern airlines like Emirates and Qatar are stepping in to absorb the abandoned capacity. This isn't a temporary shuffle. It's a realignment that reflects a changing view of the United States as less central, less reliable, and honestly, less worth the effort. And because these exits are driven by internal strategy, not politics or regulation, there's really no clear way to reverse them. United States cities that once invested in international terminal expansions are now stuck with underutilized infrastructure and shrinking staff. Overseas visits to the United States fell nearly 12% in March 2025, with European flights down 17%, and American carriers like Delta, United, and American are pulling back too, cutting essential transatlantic routes like New York to Paris and Dallas to Frankfurt. This slow exodus is self-reinforcing. Less service leads to less demand, which leads to more cuts. Airlines are walking away from decades of investment, not out of panic, but calculation. The United States is gradually losing its role as a global connector, and other players are stepping up. Turkish Airlines is adding more Europe to Asia routes. Chinese carriers are refocusing on Southeast Asia and BRICS corridors, and the United States is increasingly left out of emerging aviation networks. This isn't just about fewer international arrivals. It's about the United States losing its place in how the world moves, with flights, partnerships, and influence all drifting elsewhere. If foreign airlines are the first to make this shift, others in trade and business may soon follow. So the bigger question isn't just why flights are being cut. It's whether this signals a broader reordering of global economic priorities. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments.